Introduction. My name is Mary. I was 26 years old. I lived in a big city. My life felt very lonely and empty. I worked as a cleaner. Every day was the same. I worked long hours. I cleaned many places. I felt tired all the time. I had no family. I had no boyfriend. I lived in a small room. I ate cheap food. At night, I often cried. I felt like no one saw me. I felt invisible to everyone. I was all alone. One cold morning, I was working near a big hotel. I saw something shiny on the ground. I looked closer. It was a gold watch. It looked very expensive. I picked it up. I did not want to keep it. I wanted to give it back to its owner. So I waited there, holding the watch. After some time, a man came. He was running. He looked stressed and wealthy. He was tall. He seemed worried. He looked around, then saw me. He came closer. He asked, "Have you seen a gold watch?" I held out the watch to him. I said, "Yes, I found it." He looked at me. His eyes were wide. He seemed very surprised. He took the watch. He held it tightly. He looked at me again like he could not believe it. He said, "No one ever gives things back. People usually keep expensive things." He sounded very shocked by my honesty. That was the first time I met Ben. He was the man who owned the gold watch. This meeting was the beginning of something new. I did not know it then. I was just a lonely cleaner. He was a rich, stressed man. But this small act of honesty was important. It was the first time our lives touched. I went back to my cleaning work. He walked away with his watch. Our paths had crossed for a moment. I thought it was just a simple event, but it was not. 2. A new job. A few days later, I was working again. I was cleaning near the same big hotel. Suddenly, I saw Ben. He walked towards me. He had a kind smile on his face this time. My heart beat a little faster. He stopped in front of me. "Hello," he said. "I remember you. You are the honest girl." He asked for my name. "Mary," I told him. He nodded. Then he asked me a question. "Do you have another job?" I told him that I did not. My cleaning job took many hours, but I did not have other work. Ben looked at me seriously. "I need help," he said. "I need someone I can trust very much, someone simple and honest, someone like you, Mary." He said he needed a personal assistant. He told me he would pay me well. He gave me a small card with his name and address. "Please come tomorrow," he said. "Just assist me at home." I was very surprised by his words. I felt scared inside. It was a big change from my daily life. But I also felt curious. A new job, a new chance. Maybe my lonely life could change. I thought about it all evening. That night, I could not sleep at all. My mind was full of thoughts about Ben and his offer. The next day, I went to his house. I felt a mix of fear and hope. The house was very big. It was also very beautiful, like something from a picture. But when I stepped inside, it was very quiet, too quiet. There was no one else there. No family, no friends, no children, just silence. It felt empty, even with all its beauty. It was a lonely house for a lonely man. I wondered if he felt as alone as I did. 3. A different world. Mary began her new job. Every morning, she came to Ben's big house. It was full of beautiful things. There were many books on tall shelves. Colorful paintings hung on the walls. Everything looked very expensive. It was a completely new world for Mary, far from her small room. Her work was very different from before. She made tea for Ben. She cleaned the large rooms, making sure everything was neat and tidy. She dusted the furniture. She also helped Ben organize his many papers. He had countless documents, and Mary learned quickly how to put them in order. It was a lot of work each day, but Mary did not mind. Ben was a kind and fair boss. He was always calm and thoughtful. He never shouted or raised his voice. He was respectful to Mary. He trusted her with his important papers and with the care of his home. This was a completely new feeling for Mary. In her old job, people often ignored her. They did not truly see her. As the days passed, something warm and new started to grow inside Mary. She began to feel different about herself. A warm feeling grew in her heart whenever Ben was near. He looked at her with kindness. He truly saw her. He did not look through her as others always did. He made her feel important and valued. Mary was not invisible anymore. This feeling was very new and very good. One quiet afternoon, Ben talked about his life. He told Mary sad things from his past. He said he lost his parents when he was very young. He grew up without them. Later, his fiancée left him, which broke his heart deeply. He felt very alone for a long time after that. Mary understood his sadness well. She also felt alone for many years of her life. They were both alone in a big world, but now they were together. Then, Ben looked at Mary with a soft smile. He told her, "Mary, you make this house feel alive." His words surprised Mary very much. She did not know what to say back to him. Her face felt warm, and her cheeks turned a little red. Before, his big house was quiet and empty. Now, it felt different. It felt like a home full of life and warmth. Mary's heart began to beat faster in her chest. It was not quiet anymore. It felt happy and hopeful. She knew her feelings for Ben were growing stronger every single day. She looked forward to each new day in this different world she had found. 4. People are not kind. Soon, Ben's friends started to visit his big house. They were rich people like Ben. When they saw me, they did not look happy. They looked at me strangely. They did not show me any respect. They saw me as a cleaner, not as a person working for Ben. One woman, Selena, often spoke in a mean way. She would laugh and say, "Ben, why is she here? She is just a maid." These words made me feel very small. I felt embarrassed. I wanted to hide from them. I wanted to leave the room quickly. Ben saw how I felt. He tried to help me. He told me, "Mary, do not listen to them. You are different. You are a good person." His words were kind, but they did not stop the pain. The friends started to talk about me more. They spread stories that were not true. These stories were very hurtful. They said I was with Ben only for his money. They said I wanted to be rich like him. They called me bad names. They said I was using Ben. This made me feel very sad inside. I did not want Ben's money. I only wanted to do my job and be near him. I wanted to help him because he was kind to me. It was very hard to ignore their words. Every time they visited, I felt their eyes on me. Their comments were like small, sharp knives. They cut deep into my heart. I did not understand why they were so unkind to me. I had done nothing wrong to them. I was just working hard. Ben kept telling me to let them talk. He said their words did not matter to him. But they did matter to me. They made me feel like I was not good enough. They made me feel like I did not belong in Ben's world. I often thought about my old life, where no one knew me, but also no one judged me so much. I knew Ben was a very kind man, and he truly cared for me. But his friends were very different from him. They seemed to think that because I was not rich, I was not important. They believed I was trying to trick Ben to get his wealth. This was not true at all. I just wanted to be a good assistant to him. I wanted to help him. But their cruel words made everything difficult for me. I felt like a stranger in his beautiful home, even with Ben there. People were not kind. Their judgment was heavy on my heart. It made me understand that sometimes having a lot of money did not make people happy or good. It made them unkind to others. 5. A paper to sign. One morning, a new person came to Ben's big house. He was a lawyer. He looked serious. He asked to speak with me. I felt a little worried. I did not know why he was there. He held a paper in his hand. He gave the paper to me. He said it was from Ben's aunt. Her name was Selena, and she was very rich. She was also a very cold person. She did not like me. I took the paper. It was a contract. The lawyer told me I had to sign it. I started to read the words. My eyes moved slowly across the page. The paper said that if Ben died, I could not take any of his money, not one penny. It said I would get nothing from him. I was shocked to read this. My heart felt heavy. I looked at the lawyer. I asked him, why? Why do I need to sign this? The lawyer looked at me with a calm face. He said, Ben's aunt does not trust you, Mary. She thinks you are only here for his money. When he said this, I felt a deep pain inside. My eyes became wet. I wanted to cry right there. I did not want Ben's money. I never did. I only wanted his love. I only wanted his heart. His love was worth more than all the money in the world to me. I went to my room later that day. I sat on my bed and cried for a long time. The paper lay on the table. It made me feel very sad. Ben came home later. He saw the paper. He picked it up and read it. His face changed. He became very, very angry. I had never seen him so angry before. He asked me about it. I told him what the lawyer said. I told him about Ben's aunt and her words. Ben's eyes were dark with anger. He called his aunt immediately. He spoke loudly into the phone. He shouted at her. She is not like the others, he said. He told his aunt that she was wrong about me. He defended me with strong words. He told her that I was honest and good. It was the first time Ben fought for me. It was the first time I saw him stand up against someone for my sake. His words made my heart beat faster. Even though I was still sad about the contract, I felt a little bit of happiness. He believed in me. He trusted me. He showed me that he cared. He showed me that I was important to him. He protected me from his aunt's cruel thoughts. This moment meant a lot to me. It made me feel safe. It made me feel loved. 6. A big secret. One evening, Mary was doing her work in Ben's large house. She was cleaning near his study. The door was not completely closed. Mary could hear Ben talking on the phone inside. His voice was low and serious. She stopped what she was doing. She heard words like will and inheritance. Mary felt a strange feeling in her stomach. Why was Ben talking about such things? She tried not to listen, but her ears stayed open. It sounded important. After a few minutes, Ben finished his call. Later that same evening, Ben found Mary in the kitchen. She was making tea. Ben looked very serious. His face was not happy. He sat down at the large kitchen table. He looked at Mary for a long time. Mary felt nervous. What was wrong? Ben took a deep breath. "Mary," he began, his voice quiet, "I have something very important to tell you. It is a big secret." Mary put the teapot down. Her heart started to beat faster. She looked at Ben, waiting for him to speak. He looked sad. Then he told her the truth. His father had left a will, a very old and important paper. In this paper, there was a special rule. Ben could only receive all his family's money, all his inheritance, if he was married. This was a condition set by his father many years ago. It was a way to make sure Ben started a family. Mary felt like the floor moved under her feet. She froze. This was a huge shock. Was this the reason Ben had asked her to work for him? Was this why he was being so kind? Was his love not real? A cold question came to her mind. "So," she asked slowly, her voice shaking a little, "is that why you want me here? Is it all for the money?" Ben immediately stood up and walked to her. He took her hands in his. His grip was firm. "No, Mary," he said, his voice strong and clear. "Please, no, it is not like that. I did not plan this. I did not expect you to come into my life. When I first met you, I just needed someone honest. You were that person. Then, day by day, I fell in love with you. My feelings for you are true. They are real. They have nothing to do with the money or the will. They are separate." Mary looked into his eyes. She wanted to believe him. She truly did. But a small part of her heart still felt scared. This big secret made everything feel different. She remembered the paper from his aunt, the contract saying she could not take his money. Now, she understood why his aunt was so worried. It was all about this inheritance, about this old rule. Ben saw the doubt in her eyes. He held her hands even tighter. "Mary," he said again, his voice full of emotion, "if you leave me now, I will lose everything. I will lose the money, yes. but I promise you I would rather lose all that money, every single coin, than lose you. You are more important to me than anything. You make my house a home. You make my life happy." Mary listened to his words. She looked deeply into his eyes. She could see his love there. She wanted to trust him completely. She wanted to believe that his love for her was true and not just a part of a plan for his inheritance. She took a deep breath. She decided to believe him. She loved him, and she wanted to stay with him. She nodded her head. But even as she said yes, with her heart, a tiny part of her was still worried. The secret was out, but the fear of its meaning stayed with her. She wondered what this would mean for their future. 7, a hard time. Ben's aunt did not want us together. She tried hard to stop us. She paid a person to tell a lie. This person told Ben I was stealing money. It was a terrible lie, but Ben's aunt wanted problems between us. One day, Ben came to me. His eyes were cold, not kind. He looked at me and asked, "Did you take money, Mary?" My heart stopped. A sharp pain went through my chest. My world seemed to break. I could not believe he asked. He thought I could do such a thing. Tears came to my eyes. "No, Ben," I whispered. "Never. I would never take your money." He did not answer right away. He just stood there. For a moment, he believed his aunt's lie. This moment was very hard for me. It was worse than any mean words. Ben, the person I loved, was doubting me. It felt like a cold wind blew through my heart. I stood there, hurt and sad. But Ben did not stop there. He needed to know the truth. He looked for truth. He talked to people. He checked everything. Slowly, he saw the real story. He found his aunt paid the person to lie. He understood I was innocent. I had not taken anything. When he found the truth, he came back to me. He looked very sad. His eyes were no longer cold, full of regret. He had tears in his eyes. He took my hands. "I am so sorry, Mary," he said. "I failed you. I doubted you. Please forgive me." I saw his pain and regret. I knew he was truly sorry. It was hard to forget the hurt, but I loved him. He had learned an important lesson. He trusted me fully now. We talked for a long time. We knew we could not stay in that house. We could not live with his aunt's lies and his friend's judgment. Ben looked at me. "We will leave," he said. "We will start a new life, just us." I agreed without hesitation. It was time to leave the past. We packed our things. For me, not much to pack. Ben packed papers and a few special items. We took one last look at the big house. It was a place where I found love, but also much pain. We left the city. We left the rich people and their rules. We left the grand house and sad memories. We drove away, feeling sad and hopeful. We were ready for a new beginning. It was just us. We would start fresh, far from trouble. 8, a happy life. Ben and I now live a quiet life. We found a small, cozy home by the sea. The air here is fresh and clean. Every morning, I wake up next to him, and the sun shines through our window. This feeling is so new and wonderful for me. Before, I was always by myself, feeling very much alone. Now, Our days are full of peace and happiness. We share many simple, happy moments together. I often make fresh tea for us, and Ben works quietly from his laptop. Even when he is busy, we always find time to talk, to share our thoughts, and to laugh together. Our small home is not grand, but it feels full of warmth and love. I have learned that I do not need many things to be happy. I do not need expensive gold jewelry or beautiful, fancy dresses. What I have now is much, much better than any material thing. I have deep peace in my heart. I have true, honest love. This is more valuable than all the money or any large, lonely house in the city. My life has changed so much since that cold morning. I often think about my past. I remember the lonely girl I used to be, the one who worked long hours as a cleaner. She felt invisible to everyone around her. She had no family and no one close to her heart. She often cried at night, feeling completely alone in the big, busy city. Now, everything is completely different. I am not lonely anymore. I have Ben by my side, and together we have built a truly happy home. It all began with one small, honest act. I found an expensive gold watch on the ground. Instead of keeping it, I waited patiently to return it to its owner. That simple act of honesty changed my whole life in ways I could not imagine. It brought Ben into my world. He saw something good and trustworthy in me when other people only saw a poor cleaner. We faced many difficult times together after that. People tried hard to separate us. There were sad moments and very hard decisions to make, but through it all, we stayed strong and together. We chose to leave the old problems and the wealthy world behind. We wanted a new, simple life just for us. And now we have exactly what we wished for. Our life is calm, quiet, and full of joy. I am truly happy in a way I never thought possible. I used to believe I would always be alone, living a lonely life. But that is not true anymore. My name is Mary, and I am not alone. I have a happy life.